In the mists of ancient time, a promise was made. A covenant was sealed between God and a chosen people, Israel. They were to be a light to the nations, a testament to a higher law. But promises require obedience, and covenants demand faithfulness. When the hearts of the people turned away, the light flickered. The bonds of their unity frayed, and then broke entirely. The northern tribes were carried away, lost to history, but not to memory. The southern kingdom of Judah followed, cast out from their promised inheritance. A great scattering began, a long, sorrowful diaspora across millennia. The separated tribes wandered. They journeyed across continents, spreading like seeds on the wind into the vast expanse of Europe. They became the Angles, the Saxons, the Danes, the Franks. Their origins were forgotten, lineage obscured, yet the divine spark remained dormant within their bloodline. This long night of forgetfulness was a necessary chapter. But even in deepest winter, seeds of spring lie waiting beneath frozen ground, ready for the warmth of a dawning sun to call them forth once more. Across the great ocean, a new continent waited. It was a choice land, reserved and hidden for a divine purpose. The prophets of old saw it in vision, a land of liberty, a promised inheritance for the scattered remnants of Joseph, particularly his son Ephraim. Here, the descendants of the lost tribes, having journeyed through Europe, would be guided by an unseen hand. They would establish a new nation, founded on principles of freedom and individual sovereignty. The Constitution itself, a document designed to protect divine rights, was a precursor, preparing a people to receive a higher law and a fuller gospel from heaven. America was destined to be a beacon of hope, a gathering place for the children of the promise. But every light casts a shadow. As this nation grew in wealth and power, another identity began to emerge from within its soul. The promise of Zion was challenged by the allure of Babylon, materialism, pride, a love for worldly things. The pursuit of wealth overshadowed the pursuit of righteousness. The land of liberty slowly transformed into a modern-day Babylon. And so, America now stands at a crossroads, both the cradle of the restoration and the heart of a modern Babylon. The call to gather to Zion competes with the siren song of worldly comfort. For centuries, the world had slumbered in a state of spiritual twilight. After the death of the ancient apostles, the clear authority and pure doctrines of Christ's original church were lost. Truths were fragmented, ordinances were changed, priesthood keys were taken from the earth. This period, known as the Great Apostasy, was a prophesied part of the divine plan. The heavens fell silent. Humanity navigated by the dim light of human philosophy and by fractured scripture, yearning for clarity. A world waiting for a new dawn, a restoration of the lost light. In the fertile soil of the American Promised Land, a young Joseph Smith knelt in a grove of trees. A simple farm boy, confused by competing church claims, he sought an answer not from man, but from God. In response, the heavens opened once more. A pillar of light broke through the trees. God the Father and Jesus Christ appeared. They called Joseph to be a prophet. Guided by heavenly messengers, Joseph was led to golden plates. From them, he translated the Book of Mormon, an ancient testament of Jesus Christ. It restored plain and precious truths. It clarified the doctrine of Christ. It revealed God's covenant with all his children. Through Joseph, the ancient order was reestablished on earth. Apostles and prophets, revelations, sacred ordinances. The whisper of truth from a grove grew into a clear voice. A divine announcement. God had spoken again. The preparatory work for the final gathering of Israel had begun, marking the dawn of the dispensation of the fullness of times. Being prepared for a gathering more miraculous than the Exodus, a homecoming on a scale never before witnessed. The pattern of the past illuminates the path to the future. Just as Moses was raised up to deliver the children of Israel from Egyptian bondage, the prophecies speak of another mighty servant who will come in the last days. This figure, a prophet like unto Moses, will be endowed with tremendous power and authority from on high. His calling will be to lead the final gathering of the covenant people, to prepare them for their ultimate deliverance, and to set in order the house of the Lord before the great and dreadful day. He will be a lawgiver, a seer, and a revelator, holding the keys to lead the righteous out of a world ripening in iniquity. He will arise during a time of unprecedented turmoil, confusion, and wickedness. The nations will be angry, and the hearts of men will fail them. It is in this environment of global instability that his voice will be heard, calling the scattered remnants of Israel to come out of Babylon. His mission will be to prepare a people pure in heart, a people ready to meet their God. For a great and terrible cleansing is decreed. We see the precursors to this event in the weapons that humanity has created. Nuclear fire, a power stolen from the stars, now sits in the arsenals of nations teetering on the brink of conflict. This impending judgment is not arbitrary, but the natural consequence of a world that has rejected light and embraced darkness. It is the purifying fire that will consume the wicked and cleanse the earth for the righteous. This coming servant's role will be to guide the faithful through this period of tribulation. Out of the impending chaos, there is a promise of refuge. A beacon of hope will be established for the pure in heart. The prophets saw a day when the mountain of the Lord's house would be established in the top of the mountains, a place of safety and sanctuary, while the judgments of God are poured out upon the world. This is the promise of Zion: unity, purity, holiness. In the chambers of the Rocky Mountains, a people will be gathered and prepared, creating a fortress of righteousness. They will come out of Babylon, leaving behind materialism and corruption. They will be a people united in purpose and heart, living the principles of consecration and stewardship. It will be built by those who have heeded the prophetic call. While the world outside is consumed by war, famine, plague, the inhabitants of Zion will dwell in peace and security. The glory of the Lord will be their defense, his cloud over them by day and a pillar of fire by night. A literal fulfillment of ancient promises made to Israel. From the scattering across Europe to the founding of a promised land in America, through the darkness of apostasy and the glorious light of restoration, the story leads to this final chapter. The call to gather is sounding. The choice is ours, to remain in the fading shadows of Babylon or to undertake the journey to the mountains of the Lord to help build the promised Zion, the last great refuge for the righteous.